Chapter 1. Shadows of New Aegis. In the neon-lit labyrinth of New Aegis, memories were the most coveted currency. Encased in sleek, glass vials, they glimmered with the promise of emotions long forgotten and experiences never lived. The memory thieves, shadowy figures in an already shadow-cloaked world, prowled the streets, extracting and selling these precious fragments to the highest bidder. Amidst this dark trade, Anya lived, unseen and unheard. Anya had always known she was different. Since childhood, she could feel the emotions of others seep into her skin with a mere touch. She learned to wear gloves, to avoid eye contact, to shrink into the background. The bustling markets and crowded alleys of New Aegis were her perfect camouflage. She moved through the city like a wraith, her presence barely noticeable even to those who brushed against her in the crowded streets. But Anya's secret was more profound than empathy. She didn't just feel memories, she could steal them. A simple brush of her hand could unravel a lifetime of someone's most cherished moments. She discovered this ability by accident when she was 12, in a crowded square where she had tried to help a fallen man. The rush of his life flooded into her mind, leaving him bewildered and forgetful. Fearful of what she had done, Anya ran and hid deeper into the shadows of the city. As the years passed, Anya perfected her craft in silence. She stole only what was necessary, a memory here, a recollection there, enough to barter for food and shelter. She was careful, almost invisible, but in New Aegis, secrets had a way of surfacing. Chapter 2. The Ruthless. The Ruthless, the elite enforcers of the Memory Trade Syndicate, were always on the hunt for anomalies. Led by the cold and calculating Victor, they scoured the city for rogue elements, for those who dared to disrupt the delicate balance of their control. And Anya, with her unique gift, was the ultimate prize. It was a rainy evening when her world began to unravel. Anya was navigating the crowded marketplace, hood drawn low over her face, when she felt it, a presence, sharp and watching. She tried to shake it off, to disappear into the crowd, but the eyes followed. Panic gripped her heart as she quickened her pace, slipping into a narrow alley. Anya, a voice called, smooth and authoritative. She froze. It was Victor. She turned slowly, finding him alone, his piercing gaze fixed on her. "You have something that belongs to us," he said, taking a step closer. "You can make this easy, or we can make it hard." Anya ist. She had heard stories of those captured by the ruthless, stripped of their memories, their very essence sold to the highest bidder. She couldn't let that happen. In a split second, she made her decision. She reached out, touching Victor's arm, and pulled. The rush of his memories surged into her, cold strategies, ruthless decisions, a childhood of discipline and ambition. He staggered, momentarily disoriented, and she ran. Chapter 3. The Rebels. Her newfound knowledge was a double-edged sword. She knew the inner workings of the syndicate, their plans, their weaknesses. But Victor's memories came with a heavy burden of fear and paranoia. She couldn't trust anyone, couldn't hide for long. Anya found solace with a small group of rebels, individuals who had lost loved ones and memories to the syndicate. They had heard whispers of her abilities and welcomed her, albeit cautiously. Among them, she met Jackson, a tech-savvy strategist with a kind heart and a painful past. He saw beyond her gift, understanding the person beneath. "You're our best hope," Jackson told her one night, as they huddled in an underground bunker. "With your ability, we can hit them where it hurts. We can reclaim what they've taken." Anya was torn. She had spent so long hiding, surviving. But the faces of the lost and the broken haunted her, their silent pleas for justice echoing in her mind. She knew she couldn't run forever. "I'll do it," she said, resolve hardening her voice. "But we do this my way." Chapter 4: Strikes and Shadows. Under Anya's guidance, the rebels launched a series of daring strikes. They liberated memory storage facilities, returning stolen pasts to their rightful owners. Anya became a symbol of hope, the memory thief who fought not for profit, but for a better future. The first mission was a test of their resolve and trust in Anya's abilities. They targeted a small, heavily guarded memory bank on the outskirts of the city. Anya, with Jackson by her side, led a small team under the cover of darkness. They moved swiftly, disabling guards and bypassing security systems. Inside, the vaults shimmered with the stored memories, each one a life in a bottle. Anya's touch released them, and the air buzzed with the ghosts of the past. The rebels worked quickly, downloading the data and setting charges to destroy the facility. As they fled, the building exploded in a brilliant flash, a beacon of their defiance against the Syndicate. Word of their success spread like wildfire through the underground networks of New Aegis. The rebels' ranks swelled with new recruits, each one fueled by a personal vendetta against the Syndicate. Anya's role became more central, her knowledge of Victor and the Syndicate's operations invaluable. Chapter 5: Rising Tensions. But the Syndicate was relentless. Victor, though weakened, was not defeated. He hunted her with renewed vengeance, driven by the fragments of memories she had stolen from him. The ruthless increased their patrols, their methods growing more brutal as they sought to stamp out the rebellion. Anya's mind was a battlefield. Victor's memories were a constant presence, a reminder of the dangers she faced and the sacrifices required. She trained harder, pushing herself and the rebels to the brink. Jackson remained her anchor, his quiet strength a source of comfort and determination. One evening, as they planned their next move in the dim light of the bunker, Jackson placed a hand on Anya's shoulder. "You don't have to carry this burden alone," he said, his voice gentle but firm. Anya looked at him, her eyes reflecting the weight of her responsibility. "I know," she replied, her voice steady. "But I can't let anyone else suffer because of me." Chapter 6: The Final Gambit. The rebels' next target was the heart of the Syndicate's operations, their central headquarters, a fortress of steel and glass in the center of New Aegis. It was a suicide mission, but Anya knew it was their only chance to cripple the Syndicate once and for all. The plan was audacious. Using the knowledge she had stolen from Victor, Anya devised a way to infiltrate the building's defenses. They would strike from within, disabling the security systems and planting explosives at key points. The night of the assault was tense, the air thick with anticipation. Anya and her team moved with precision, slipping past guards and hacking into the building's mainframe. As they worked, Victor's voice echoed in Anya's mind, a taunting reminder of the stakes. In the heart of the building, Anya faced Victor in a final, desperate confrontation. The room was filled with the hum of machinery and the cold glow of monitors displaying the Syndicate's vast network. Victor stood before her, a twisted smile on his lips. "You think you can destroy us?" he sneered. "We are eternal. We are the future." Anya's heart pounded as she stepped forward. "No," she said, her voice unwavering. "You are the past." With a last, desperate touch, Anya delved deep into Victor's mind, unraveling his darkest secrets and the true extent of the Syndicate's corruption. His memories surged into her, a torrent of pain and ambition, until he fell to the ground, his mind shattered. Chapter 7: A New Dawn. The Syndicate, leaderless and exposed, crumbled. The memory trade collapsed, and New Aegis began to heal. The rebels, once a small, ragtag group, became the architects of a new society. They worked to restore the stolen memories, to rebuild what had been broken. Anya stood at the dawn of a new era, her past a tapestry of stolen moments and hard-fought victories. She had a gift, a curse, but she chose to wield it for good. In the end, Anya became more than a memory thief. She became a guardian of the past and a beacon for the future. The streets of New Aegis, once shrouded in darkness, now glowed with a new light. The people, once oppressed and fearful, walked with heads held high. And Anya, the girl who had once hidden in the shadows, stood at the forefront of this transformation, her journey a testament to the power of resilience and hope. As the city began to rebuild, Anya found a sense of peace she had never known. She continued to work with the rebels, now leaders in a new government dedicated to justice and equality. Her bond with Jackson deepened, their shared experiences forging a connection that went beyond words. Together, they looked toward the horizon, knowing that the path ahead would not be easy. But Anya was no longer alone. She had found her place, her purpose, and with it, the strength to face whatever challenges the future might bring. In the heart of New Aegis, amidst the echoes of the past and the promise of the future, Anya stood as a symbol of hope. The memory thief, once a silent shadow, had become the light that guided the way forward. And in that light, the city found its redemption.